Welcome. Today we're going to be taking a look at D-Day Dice. This is a 1 to 4 player dice rolling cooperative World War II game where you take the role of Allied soldiers in battle. You'll be moving up the battlefield, gaining soldiers, and rallying specialists trying to be victorious in the battle. How are you victorious in the battle and win the game? By every player surviving a bunker, meaning that they last one round of combat in a bunker. Now that we know what the winning condition is, let's take a look at the components setup and how gameplay works in D-Day Dice. Now let's look at the components. Battle maps, regular item cards, special item cards, vehicle cards, unique specialist cards, ranking specialist cards, awards. In each player or country color, you have a player aid, resource card, regular specialist cards, reserve specialist cards, and unit marker die. Blue, red, and white dice, black dice, tokens, scenario book, and rule book. Now let's take a look at the setup. We're going to be setting this up for a 3-player game, which takes 8 steps. Step 1, choose a country and get the corresponding components. You're going to choose a country and get the corresponding player aid, resource card, regular specialist cards, reserve specialist cards, and unit marker. Step 2, choose a map and scenario. You will choose a battle map, place it in the center of the play area, then open the scenario book to that map. For your first game, it is recommended that you use Map 1, Exercise Tiger. Step 3, place unit markers. All the players will place their unit marker die on the battle map starting position. This is the yellow and black square with an arrow. You'll place your unit marker die with 1 chevron up. Step 4, create and place the card pool. You'll place all unique and ranking specialist cards face up within reach of all the players, and then add items based on the number of players. This information is located in the rulebook. For a 1-player game, you will add all regular items that don't have the artillery symbol, plus 1 card of your choice, either 1 special item from the battle map list or any 1 regular item that has the artillery symbol. For 2 players, you will add all regular items that do not have the artillery symbol, plus 2, either 1 special item from the battle maps list or any 1 regular item with the artillery symbol. Each player would choose 1. For a 3-player game, you will add all regular items including the artillery symbol, plus 3 cards from the battle maps list. Each player would choose 1. And a 4-player game, you will add all regular items including the artillery symbol, plus the cards from the battle maps list. So in this case, we will add all regular items including the artillery symbol, plus 3 from the battle maps list in the scenario book, each player choosing 1. Step 5, place award deck and vehicle deck. You'll place the award deck and vehicle deck face down next to the play area. Step 6, record resources. Players will record the resources printed on the starting position on the battle map. Step 7, get starting components. Each player takes their color or country specific specialists in hand, and then gets 2 blue, 2 red, and 2 white dice. And step 8, read the scenario. You'll read the scenario aloud to all players. Now let's take a look at the gameplay. A game consists of a series of turns until the players either win or die trying. To win the game, all players must survive a combat round in the bunker. A turn has 6 phases that are carried out simultaneously. Roll dice, upkeep, adjust markers, specialist items and awards, move, and combat. Now let's look at each phase in detail. Phase 1. Roll the dice. This is where you will roll and re-roll your dice. You'll first roll all 6 dice, then you must lock 2 die and re-roll any of the remaining up to 2 more times. Keep in mind that you may stop at any time. The faces of the die and their result are the following. For the skull will cancel another die's ability, unless you have a card that ignores the skull's ability, or a straight is rolled, meaning you have 1 of each of the faces. Keep in mind that you cannot cancel another skull when you cancel another die's ability. The star. This will gain you a star point that can be used to pay the cost of a specialist. Soldier or soldiers. For this, you would add 1 or 2 soldiers to your unit. Courage, or the medal symbol. You would add a courage point. Courage points allow you to advance or get an award. Tool, or wrench. You will gain item points. These will help you purchase items later in the turn. If you roll a set of 1 face, meaning you roll the same face on red, white, and blue die, you would gain a reward listed on your player aid. If you roll a straight, which is 1 of every face, you would gain an award. You would look through the award deck and pick 1. Once everyone has finished rolling their die, we move to phase 2, upkeep. The upkeep phase takes 4 steps. Step 1, get an award for a straight. Step 2, apply your skulls. Step 3, collect your set bonuses. And step 4, record all resources from the die faces on your resource card. Keep in mind that you can only earn 1 award per turn or round. Phase 3, Adjust unit markers. You would add 1 chevron to your unit marker, and if you are at 3 or on a shield, you would turn it to the red arrow. This would indicate that you must move during phase 5. The faces of the die are the following. Chevrons. This allows you to know how many turns you spent in a specific sector. Red arrow. This means you must move during phase 5. Green arrows. You will move using the battle cry and the shield. This means you move to a sector that you can only spend 1 turn. Once every player has adjusted their unit marker, we move to phase 4. Rally a specialist, find an item, draw an award. To rally a specialist, you would pay the star cost for the specialist from your hand or the card pool. You would adjust your star resources and place it face up in your player area. The specialist ability is available when it is purchased. Keep in mind that you can only have 1 reserve specialist at a time, as well as only 1 unique specialist at a time. When finding an item, you would pay the item point cost to find the item and place it face up in your player area. The items are a one-time use and draw an award. You would pay 6 courage to draw 1 award card at random. Keep in mind that you may trade resources with units in the same sector. Once all the players have had a chance to rally a specialist, find an item, draw an award, we move to phase 5. Move. You may move left, right, or forward, and then set your unit marker to 1 chevron, or to a black shield if you are in a black shield sector. You must spend the courage to move to that sector. The number you would pay in courage is in the medal icon on the battle map. Keep in mind that sector instructions take precedent over rules. Sector symbols are described in the scenario book. Once all the players have finished moving, we move to phase 6, combat. This is where everyone suffers casualties. The number of soldiers lost are equal to the shield defense value plus the machine gun fire if applicable. If you are in a machine gun sector, which is the crosshair symbol, 1 player would roll the D6 die and you would add that to your casualty number. If you're in a sector that has multiple shields with their defense value, that is for the number of turns that you spent in the sector. If you're in a sector that has the crosshair symbol and a 6, then you would suffer special damage if someone rolled a 6. Once you've calculated the number of soldiers lost, you would subtract the casualties from your soldier resource or specialists. The total for your unit is the soldier number on your resource card, plus any specialist cards that you have rallied. Once all casualties are calculated, we move to the next turn or round. Rounds and turns continue until the players either win or lose. If a unit is wiped out or cannot move and has to move, then the players lose. But if every unit conquers the bunker, which means entering the bunker and surviving 1 round of combat with at least 1 soldier, then the players are victorious and win D-Day dice.